Yo, what up, universe? Happy day of the week to ya. We're playing more shapes. I'll be honest with you, I was laying in bed thinking about this game at times. It's kind of got that like Tetris effect in my head. Shout out to the Tetris effect too, another fantastic game. This is so quiet. Why is this so quiet when I haven't changed anything? Maybe it's not that quiet. It just felt quiet. Alright, so what were we doing? We've got some tasks. It wasn't that quiet. What if it was slightly too quiet? Alright, so we have some pin tasks. It looks like we're dumping everything right now. How quickly are we dumping them is the question. Should we ramp them up? So we're doing 40 of these per minute, so these are going to be done in no time flat. I mean, no time, but it needs quite a few of them. These are not 100%. Okay, there we go. I mean, we're pumping plenty of these per minute. I guess this one looks kind of slow. Let's just let some of the tasks finish, though. Think about what we're going to go for next. I know there was some important upgrade we wanted with our space bucks. Because I think there was. Kind of wild that we're still in the tutorial, too, but let's just have the fun. So, where are our throughput issues? Here it's that there's not enough things getting processed here? I guess because I put so much through. We need to be a little smarter with our, like, math. Alright, there's a task done. That was only worth 1 point. That's okay. Alright, maybe it was too loud. I should have just trusted past me to have it unlock. That was a skishu for sure. Alright, so what's completed right now? Looks like this path over here is completed. Can we repurpose either of these? These need to be smacked underneath a circle, and these also need a circle smacked on them. So these two just need circles on them. What's the issue here is that we're not making enough of these over here. But interestingly enough, it looks like this machine, a single belt can feed 2 of them. I was gonna say I wish we had underground belts, but we kind of have the opposite of them. We have blueprints, right? This is the 3-piece chicken nugget special? No, this is... Well, I keep pushing H. Mirror. Yeah, this is totally the 3-piece chicken nugget special. So if we place another one of these here, we'll say... we should just be able to take this belt and then bring it through here, and then it should just do what we want. Can have this. Let's go back a little bit. Take a step back. We need to take more advantage of our floor space. Can we use these extra corners for anything? Looks like these aren't really necessary. I'm gonna just void these for now. We've got the trash, we may as well void them. That will make more of these, but we still need to slam these onto circles, which is not a big deal or nothing. We can just delete this area here. Now we have these starting to build up. All we need to do is take a set of circles out. We're gonna be doing a lot more spaghetti than we were doing before. That's for certain. I mean, maybe we'll do an equal amount of spaghetti. Have them go down and then right back up. I should just keep it up. It probably saves time too. Maybe it doesn't save any time at all. I'm getting used to controls again, okay? Look, I know it looked like I had no idea what I was doing for a sec. Hey, milestone completed as well. What do we get from that? Space platforms. 250 platform limit. The heck's a space platform? Allows you to expand into space by building new platforms. Second platform floor. Foundation, space belt. Okay, so extract shapes from asteroids? Oh no, this is getting... We're getting the sauce. Oh my god, look, there's stars over there. That's crazy. I guess they're not... Hey, they kind of look like stars. Shape miner extension. One upgrade. You improved some basic skills, so we think you're ready for this. You may build space platforms and foundations to expand in the universe. For these ones, though, we've added platform limit. I mean, we're not insane, right? Oh my god, you can find raw shapes. That's crazy. Maybe it's not that crazy. That's not what I expected. That's really cool. Cool, okay, and we got a new upgrade available to us as well. We did finish a task while we were kind of goobing around. So it's just stacking them on each other. Do we have a nice setup for those? Not really. But I think that we just do the blueprint again. The 3-piece chicken nugget special is what we're using here, right? Yeah, except for we're avoiding an extra step. I'm gonna just copy this one directly. Gonna have the belt go up here. I don't think that there's a reason. We don't need any more of these, so I'm gonna just erase this side of it. And then we'll just void it. Then I'll copy paste that a couple times. Hate that. At least it's easy enough to fix. Wait, I put that too low again. Dang it, I was like, oh, I fixed it, I'm a genius. Thank goodness copy and paste exists. There we go, it's better. You deliver shapes from multiple floors to the vortex, but it's still not sufficient. Unlock more vortex inputs. I did notice inputs were available somehow with locks on them. I did not know we could do multiple floors. That's actually pretty cool. Alright, so we're making L's galore now. We just need to stack some L's. Really? Is one of these enough to feed like 3 of these belts? Am I crazy? I know we have a lot of throughput, but I'm just shocked at how slow these splitters are, I guess. What do these do? 22 per minute? I guess our belts are 90 per minute, so this should be like right up to where we need to be now to make it efficient. Alright, so we have a bunch of L's, as one does. This one stacks slightly higher than the rest of them, but I'm not going to sweat it right now. It does kind of bother me a huge amount though, so I am in fact going to sweat it, and I'm really sorry for not being the most truthful there. This will be my first and last controversy as a content creator. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for attending. Okay, so we just need to stack, which should be pretty easy to do. I don't really know what our throughput's like here. I'm going to assume it's not that good. I'm going to assume that this is like really overkill. What's the anchor button again? C, okay. Getting a little lost in the sauce there. Now that we have copy and pasting, we have no excuse to not really like do it big on everything. Does that one not have an input? I don't know why I did that so weird. Regardless, we are now heckin' chunking this shape. We had another one that was like partially used. It was the half circle. Where is our half circle? It's over here. We need to smack this on top of a circle. And that's another shape in itself. wondering if we should have more stackers here or not. It looks like there's very little wait time. I'm going to just set these as is because I want to focus on the new mechanics as well. Just going to bring these out, and then we're going to set up a handful of stackers. Then we want these circles to go on top, so we'll have these go like this. Have these go on the bottom. Right, they said we could throw on the upper floor. I forgot about that. I mean, I guess I never knew about that. I'm happy to learn about it now, though. Open the milestones interface to claim your operator badge. What? Where's my badge? Once completing the last milestone of certification, you'll be rewarded with your operator badge. A certified operator can start working in real factories, earning some chips. Woo! Yeah, heck yeah! You're now the proud owner of your operator badge. Now start working on a real factory and earn us some shapes. Select which scenario you'd like to continue. Your progress to transfer includes your buildings and unlocked upgrades. Regular stand scenario, safe for everyone, recommended for first time operators. Harder shapes for goals, tougher second time operators. For tough second time operators. Let's do regular then, and we'll do the other one afterwards. We'll do regular and then we'll do hard. We might as well just continue on. Gives us more content to do anyways, and if we skip one. Zoom out with that or push spacebar. Oh my god! What the heck is that? Oh no. Becky, I brought you some red. What the heck are those? Oh no. Okay, cool. So you can see like what they are from a distance very easily. Look at us. We're just like a tiny little drop in the... Oh my god, it goes on forever. Oh my god, it goes on forever. What the heck? Do you think we could just find the milestone we need specifically? Like if we go up far enough, there's just like double red somewhere. Oh my god, I almost got lost. This is so big. Oh my, it makes our little space station look so tiny, even though it's actually quite massive. That's crazy cool. This is what it felt like when I beat Pokemon Silver, and then they were like, you get to go to Pokemon Red and Blue area again. Kanto? I feel like it's Kanto. Johto's the second one. Place a shape miner to extract shapes. You can also chain extensions to increase throughput. So what shape would be useful to us now? We clearly need some red. This one puts out red, that one puts out blue. We clearly need some of these. Drag shapes from operate. Connect 3 extensions to increase the throughput. So, oh, am I too high? Is that what it is? I need to be higher. Okay. Can we get much higher? I don't think that's how it works. Use space belts to connect the miner to the vortex. Maybe it does work like that. Kanto is correct. Thank you. Need foundations to place buildings in space. Place platforms consumes your platform limit, which you increase by completing side tasks. Okay. Weird. Hey T, how's it going? Undo any operation with Control Z and redo it with Control Y. Where do I get this to land? I guess I need to make a platform for it. I can't stick around for too long. I wanted to pop in and say hi at least. Well, it is good to see you either way. I am happy to see you around. Hopefully it's not too busy for you today. Also, make sure you stop in. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or the next day, but I want to do more Dark Souls, I should say. It would be cool to have you there because you seem to be very knowledgeable on it. I'm fine. How are you feeling? I'm feeling okay. I'm not 100%, but I'm feeling better than I did when I first got up. I do not know why I'm not mining these. Oh, I am too high for it. Kanye was wrong. I mean, Kanye just questioned if we can get much higher, I guess. Connect up to 3 to activate all extraction spots. So you do have to place them on a higher level. I'm really struggling on this part. I don't know why. Oh, I see. It's the extraction is different. Why isn't it spitting it out? Did I just look at the tutorial wrong like a dum-dum? I mean, they seem to like work like that. Maybe you just can't see him come through space like that? I don't know. So I missed a short play event on Friday. It's true. I beat the it's not called ulcerated tree spirit, but I feel like it is. It's the big angry treeman that you have to stab in the gubbins over and over again. So it's definitely extracting. But why are we not getting stuff out? Okay, double foundations exist. Maybe it's because we want a double foundation? What do these look like? Oh my god, the foundations have little duders on them. Is that what it is? I didn't zoom in enough, so there's not little, like, duders? Oh my god, I'm not mining it. That's what it is. I figured it out. Oh my god, look, there's tiny little mining nodes on it. That's crazy town. I was thinking we had to like transport the whole thing. I figured it out though. Looks like you're building a Souls map. Just need some overly large enemies on those unnecessarily small platforms that have parkour to get to, and then if you miss a single jump you die. You're so right. That's the Dark Souls games we know and love. This is crazy. The sense of scale really like makes you feel like a tiny little person in this space-driven world. Whoops. Oh, there they go. These are just giant transport belts. That's actually sick. Wait. I should have just copy-pasted this design, actually. Let's make a blueprint of it. I love Dark Souls 2. My roommate's an enormous Dark Souls 2 fan, so I've been meaning to like play it long term, but I haven't gotten super far when I played previously. I got much less far in Dark Souls 2 than I have in 3, which is not saying much because I haven't gotten super far in 3 either. Okay, so I wanted to just make a blueprint, but I think the easiest way... Okay, stop smashing random buttons is how we're going to start that. You just copy this, we're going to blueprint it. This will just be an extractor. I guess it's not even a stack legally. Oh my god, there's trains. I've never noticed the train icons. I bet that's really fun. Okay, so now we should just be able to place the stack down everywhere. Even if it doesn't fit, it'll be just fine if that's what we want. Why are they all going onto the red side? I wonder if the red side has to populate first before the gray and white sides fill up. Maybe that's different heights? Should I be extracting at different heights? Oh, this is getting complex. Alright, so we have a bunch of red. Also, let's go turn in our task. We want this to go to a platform. How much platform limit do we have? We have a boatload of it. Can we use that to meaningfully? I guess we can expand our factory with it, can't we? Oh, I see. If I do this, like, it has inputs and outputs. Like, I just have this be its own insert shape here processing. I wonder if I should do that part way through. I guess you don't have to do it near our area because we have these big space belts. We can do this wherever. Oh my god, I can make blueprints that fit in like a square and then just smack them down. Wow, I'm not doing anything, but I am so, like, enamored by how much has changed. Overflow splitter. Splits a conveyor belt preferring forward direction. Oh, overflow splitters are interesting. Swappers are also interesting. We can't do trains yet. Presumably because of the milestone thing. Wiring! Oh, interesting. Vortex inputs. So that gives us more locations dump. I don't think we really need that right now. We might soon. We can get longer foundations. I feel like we don't need those, though I am curious. I want to test to see if the foundations all have the same value or not. I assume that they don't. And that would be more of an aesthetic thing. Let's just take conveyor cutter for now. Or cutter speed. So let me see. So we spent 67. We have 183. So if I put down this, it takes 2 and this only takes 1. Okay, perfect. Alright, we're literally making nothing right now, but I want to get more of the research points. Use tab to cycle between toolbar buttons. I'm so glad that you explained this to me now, though I did figure it out, and I feel like that should be a little bit earlier in the explanation, but that's fine. Taking off now, unfortunately. Have a good stream. Thanks so much for stopping in. Hopefully you have a great day. Alright, my brain's chugging. Let's try to finish some of our pin tasks, because a lot of our things are like... We're wrapping up like the noob stuff at the top, you know? Like, mushroom or whatever the heck I'm looking at here, where we're making like a cute little dude, like, that's its own entity. We just need to stack another circle on this one, and we need to stack a... I guess we changed the bottom level by adding a corner of a circle to it on that one. So this one just accepts another circle, and then we're good to go. But this is clearly not enough stackers. I don't think this is doing much of anything right now, is it? No, I think that one's just fully done. This is also like fully done. That was a cool stack to do. So that is half circle on top of half circle. Oh, no, this one is like still usable. God, this area is so messy though. I really want to clean up. I wonder if this is like really easy to accomplish, because it feels easy to me. Hold on, where's north? Okay, so west is over there. This should just be like ultra freelo. We literally just have to chop these in half and that's it. It destroys the west half specifically, so this should just be GG. It's free. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And then it spits out exactly what we need. And we put it in, bada bing, bada boom. Oh man, it's so cool how they teach you like this. That's too many of the splitters. They're really quick, surprisingly. 40 per minute, yeah. But that's fine. We'll just leave it as is. It's got the much throughput as it could really get with the setup we have. So what's the other one we need for the pin task? I really want to rip down everything right now. We just need to stack another circle on top of this thing we have going on now. That should be easy enough since the circles are so bountiful this time of year. we are a little limited on space. How can I rectify some space? I could move this whole thing over. I think I'm going to do that. That should give us just enough space to do what I want. Whoops. Okay, so that should be remaking the same shape. We just need to stack one more circle on, which should be really easy for us to do. I'm gonna copy the stack here. This is gonna be a lot more spaghetti than I had initially anticipated. And I signed like this whole contract about how I wouldn't do that, which is really rough. Unfortunately, I don't really have a say in the matter because I'm dedicated to doing it like this. Honestly, this design is incredibly human, though. Look, like, it's like super, like, we're reusing parts, everything is beautiful. Very human in its design. Alright, so those are going to tick up on their own. We have one other one that's not doing itself right now. Do I have any parts of this made anywhere? I'm assuming that I do. Let me go to my milestones, or tasks, excuse me. Okay, yeah, so we have the triangles. Where are those? They're right here. We just need to add a corner onto each of them at the very end. Are these being used for anything? They're no longer being used for things? Well, we have corners of them right here. So... whoops. We're going to take those out. We're going to use the half destroyer. Then we're going to have to rotate a few times. Actually, this should just be a 90-degree rotate, I think. And then we just stack these in any given order and it should be fine. Just to repurpose what we already have. It's a very different way of thinking. One that I'm not really used to. This does output, excuse me, what we need, so we will spit that out, just so we can focus on other stuff for a bit. I know these aren't the fastest builds, but I want to get through the baby ones, and then I want to start, like, mining up stuff. Speaking of, where was that red that we brought in? It's still here. It hasn't landed yet. So we need a platform to be physically touching it. Let's put down a platform here. Great, so it has no bias for which side, it just sees this available, it spits this out. So now we have red shapes here, which should be really easy for us to work with. I think we should also bring back blue while we're doing this, though. Now what the heck is this? Can we mine blue as a concept? It doesn't look like it. I'm gonna assume I can't extract blue. It does not seem like I can extract blue. I wonder if I, like, pull shapes through it. Maybe the colors don't mean anything. They gotta mean something, though. It must be true. All right, let's see if we can figure out how to do this again. It wasn't too bad once we figured it out last time, and then you do, like, the support ones. Oh, I need to turn that one. Nope. Gosh, my micro is, like, negative. Great. As long as they're touching like that, it seems to be sufficient. The question is, I probably don't want to put it on the same belt as that. I don't really know what the consequence would be. Use Q and E to switch platform floors. You can place space platforms and space belts on multiple floors. It's kind of cool conceptually that I could bring it back the same way. I wish we could rotate this though. right, so now you should have 2 stacked belts here. Why aren't you pulling any out? What did I do wrong? I didn't set up my mining stack. That's what it is. Bind blueprints to the toolbar in the blueprint library. Where the heck's my blueprint library? Ah, okay, we can drag them down there. So there's the extractor stack we'll put there. Let me out. What else do we want to put on there? 3-piece chicken nugget. Then ye old corners, my dude. Then we will go select the blueprint button, the extractor stack. Why do you zoom me so low? Oh, do I need to like... Okay, I was on the wrong floor. I was getting a little lost in the sauce there. It should be this easy every time. Honestly, I may as well just make it like wider. Unless we have weird ones, we should just be able to smack them down. This will just spit out blues, which are now coming through here, which are now spitting out onto the belt. And there you go, we've got blue shapes coming off. Those will go directly underneath the red ones, which will spit out here. Great. So we need a lot of each of these. 1200 is not an insignificant number. So the question is, do we have enough space here to feasibly like dice them up and do what we want? You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give them... I'm being dumb with this design. I think what we do is give them both their own double platforms. And we could just loop them through at the end. Another milestone done. It looks like we finished that build fully for some research points. Means we can rip down that one whenever. I'm gonna just let those kind of finish up while we're working on these, and then I'm gonna just rip down this whole thing so we have a little bit of freedom in our space. Alright, blue, 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 blue. The blues are here. What do we want to do for these? So the reds only have 3 red, though technically speaking I could set it up so that right now it's just like if you slice them in half you're fine, so that's the easiest way. I could try to repurpose the extra red corner from each one, but I don't know if that's worth our time. So our belts put through 120 items per second, and that's perfectly efficient right now. Let's try to relearn stuff because it's been a few days since we played and I want to learn the numbers on things. So if we go to cutters, we have a half destroyer. It should be 3 half destroyers per belt is efficient enough. How far wide is this? This is 14 wide. Trying to make it look kind of pretty at the same time too. Wonder what's more efficient. I guess there's not really an efficiency issue either way because it should just split them. And then you should combine the belts back, and then all 4 of these should just be like fine to go. We should just be able to copy this like to a T. Whoops. I mean, that's actually fine, I guess. Nah, I don't love it. Be able to copy and then mirror it? Nope. And then rotate it and then mirror it? Yeah, and then just slam it down. This entire build should be identical for what we need. The blue, so I'm gonna just copy and paste it and see if that works. It is not what we need. We need one more step for the blues, it looks like. Although I'm guessing that this is in itself a task because it has a check mark on it. Gray with red and rotated stacking is 1, 2. Maybe we can be more efficient with this then, and then rip the one blue corner we need and keep that. Let's remake the blue. Make it its own thing. I didn't realize it'd be used for something else right now. What did the red need? Was the red the exact same thing? Agree with red. Yeah, we should definitely just separate these then. 100%. I didn't realize there'd be a task for that. So, let us reclaim our belts really quick, and let's look instead at the separator, which is 30 per minute in, and then 60 per minute out. Which would mean that for each belt we need 4 of these, but that space is so awkward for setting these up. Maybe we do something like this. Because theoretically, I mean, each of these will need its own belt. I could stack these though with some verticality. Yeah. Hold on, this might not be so bad. No, I definitely want to separate these at least a little bit. I keep pushing H to flip it horizontally and I go home every time. There should be 4 of these per belt. And I could stack them. Whoops. Quickly change platform floors by pushing Shift E and Shift Q. Platform floors. They were explaining you can put platforms on top of each other, I think. Oh man, that's gonna be some ultra sauce, but that's fine. We'll deal with it when the sauce is fully cooked. So now, thank you for telling me that. I hopefully will remember it. I guess this will be interesting to see if we can do what I want to do. I want to bring every other one upwards and combine them. I don't think we're gonna have the space to do so. No, we're not. We're gonna need a little bit more space. That's okay. It should be easy enough. Once we get the initial design down, we should be able to just move it a little bit. I'm hoping this will be enough space. We will have to see though. We did finish another task. Looks like there's another step of these two, so I want to build these as they pop up. This is just reclaim a rounded corner for that one. Do we have any rounded corners? Actually, we should, because that's the one we just ripped from the other build, right? Where is it? This should be simple enough to change. I don't think it's going to be exactly ideal, but it should be simple enough to make it at least functional. We're going to rip off of this. So we need to rotate this once. Right? No, it's exactly where it needs to be. We just need to restack it. I'm surprised that's exactly where it needs to be. I guess I don't remember the other shape we were doing. The soundtrack of this game is kind of an ultra banger. I feel like I talked about that before, but it's kind of wild and crazy how much of an ultra banger it is. A certified cat jam classic. Maybe even a rat jam. What did I do wrong here? Is it too close? Nope, I just placed it weird, I guess. I need to go up. I need to make sure that I'm like upwards when I'm controlling these things. I also need to make sure I select the belt. I just keep not selecting it, which is causing me some troubles. We need to raise it one step sooner. And now it's outputting what we need. Just getting these through so that we have the research ticking up is nice, because I want to start learning those other shapes, but I really don't want to neglect these ones. We're almost done. Once we have missing a quarter done and the blueprints one done, we'll be good to go, and then we can focus more. I really like how the void water thing looks, the trash or whatever they called it. It looks so nice. Where's our red and blue stuff? Red and blue stuff's over here. Okay, so we'd split off both red half and section half, but we needed to get it raised. Oh, is this going to be too close now? Maybe it won't. We do have another task completed. Great, an excuse to not look at whatever the heck I'm doing over there. Awesome, we just stack another circle on it. What is all of this? Is this relevant? I'm gonna go with a firm no. Oh, the spaghetti got really bad. We're just so pressed for space right here. Alright, let's follow this belt. Isn't there a way to like select the whole belt or something? Select connected. Oh, no. Oh, well, no. See that? Yeah, that's fair. I see where it goes through here. No, wait, maybe it's fine. It gets pieces of this, that's why it's connected. That's crazy how spaghetti this is, that like 90% of the base has like a single section all connected. This outputs here. It takes in from here, but it doesn't output anywhere else, so I think we're good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a void right here. Just so we don't have to think about it for a while. I'm going to just rip this down. I may regret it later, but I'm going to want to rip down all this, so hopefully it'll be fine. As we need another stack. Woo! I need to use my inkers more. I keep thinking the game's gonna know exactly what I want. Can I have you just do this? Oh my god, it's beautiful. I mean, it's spaghetti, certainly, but it's kind of beautiful spaghetti. Why is there an issue? Oh, because it goes out in front of this one. Is that avoidable? Yes, but we gotta do it on this side, I think. Oops. Really glad they showed like the little angry yellow danger mark. Great. So this is not going to be particularly fast. Actually, it should be about the exact same pace as the other things we were doing, which is not particularly fast, but it should be about the same pace, because literally, like, nothing's meaningfully changing. We're just stacking once more. Did I break this? Is this still working? I mean, it says it's still working. Alright, as long as it says it's still working. Okay, so what I was going to try and do is figure out how we could get something like this going on, which looks easy here, but much more difficult in the middle area. And it might not be that bad. Something we can do is consolidate this. Can I go up immediately? I can. Can I bring this up immediately? No. This middle section is not going to work for what I wanted to do. The side should work fine, but the middle section won't. We're just slightly too pressed on space, even when we put it really close together. What can we do to fix this? I know a way. We should just be able to cut this and then just attach. Oh, stop pushing the H button. Miko, no! Don't do it. Don't push the H button, Miko. My thought process is... but I don't know if our belt's throughput will be good enough. Oh, you know what I could do instead? I could literally just have the belt feed in here. Push the H button. I'm not going to do it. I will not be tempted. I might be tempted. We'll copy this, we'll flip it, and then mirror it. And we'll paste it. We should be able to also copy this and paste this as well. What's your favorite shape? So far, I'm kind of privy to the blue square in the corner. Do you like make a shape and then what happens? You unlock the next shape or something? Kind of. So the game kind of boils itself down in Factorio and like Satisfactory. I guess it's more like Satisfactory than Factorio. But in Factorio, you have like the tech tree and stuff, and you want to go down the tech tree. This game gives you overarching tasks, which are like basically the equivalents to doing like secondary researches and stuff in Factorio, where you'll spit out some research points by fulfilling the requested task. And you have milestones, and milestones are like your major researches. Like rather than getting like automation 2 that you'll get from tasks, you're getting like trains, you're getting rockets and stuff unlocked by milestones. Milestones are like the primary progression point. And they give you much like larger tasks and stuff. Like the one I'm currently on takes 1,200 half red circles and 1,200 of blue square in the corner. And that'll take 2,000, 2,000, and then 8,000 of like a total. It's like teaching you a big overarching goal, and I assume with how big the numbers are, they want you to really scale them up quite large. While the tasks are a little more bite-sized, but teach you things that are simpler. And then when you get those upgrade points, you can spend them on things in the upgrade tree, whether it be better belt speed, stacking speeds, or unlocks altogether, like a new building. The third floor seems like it would go really hard, but it's very expensive. I kind of want a 3x3 foundation. That's like a whole heckin' base on its own, but they're expensive. I also want train upgrades. We could unlock wires too. Normally the thing I've used wires for in Factorio is to like not use too much of a resource, but resources are infinite here. Orange square, green square, blue square, purple square. You're actually so right. That's kind of deep that you would say something so provocative. I don't know why that wasn't working, but it's working now. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is, now that we've belted in some red and some blue, set up a design that I can copy paste to split these two. One of the issues, if you can call it that, is double belt capacity is going to kind of like rip throughput. That kind of works perfectly though. Wait, that's too many. But right here, boom, this should just be, no, shouldn't even have to think about it. This should be the same. Yeah, I have enough to put through both of these. No, I don't. I do? I don't. I don't. I need these to be on the same belt. So the fact that there's no shapes coming up here, oh, it's because there's nothing else activated down there. So we have one belt of these shapes hopefully going through, and then we copy it for the lower ones. Oh man, I really wish I looked back at the numbers. I feel like this is going to be way too much for these belts, but maybe it'll be fine. It's better to have an oversaturated belt than a belt that's not saturated enough, you know? That's what I'm going to keep telling myself anyways. It's called coping. Look it up. You wouldn't get it. So the issue with these belts, if you can call it that, is they're extremely reliant on each other. And then if either one backs up, everything will back up. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to push the H button in protest because I'm frankly a little bit mad. We should be able to copy paste this. And now for the fun part. Wait a minute. We don't want this to go down there. Oh, snap. How the heck are we going to get the blue back on? This is actually fine because we made a blueprint already. These aren't actually going anywhere. I didn't think about it. Oh my god, I forgot we have to actually interface with the rest of our factory. This sucks. I hate it here. I didn't know that I would have to pay for the consequences of my previous spaghetti. They didn't warn me. Okay. So we clearly need to move this. We need to move the blue, because the blue literally is not going to have a throughput. I mean, technically it could actually have a throughput, and it might look sick nasty if I do it too. But then we're just going to have all the red and blue coming in the same corner, which just feels really suboptimal. So I'm going to just move it. Even though it would look sick nasty, I'm going to go against that. Also, we finished one more of our builds, so we will unlock that, get a bunch of research points. What the heck are we going to get, though? Labels seem fun, but not necessary. Vortex inputs, because they're so inexpensive, I feel like they're going to be worth grabbing. A bigger foundation might be nice as well, but I don't really want the longer ones. I like half understood what you were saying there. Honestly, that's probably better than I could have expected, because it's a very unique experience. It's very fun. The bent stacker says it's a faster version. Like, if this is actually, like, we gotta grab it. It's so cheap, we gotta grab the bent stacker. I'm too curious about it. Or grab the swapper as well. Let's just start getting buildings, because we might use them in builds. I feel like those have the most, like, dividends to be paid, you know? Alright, so what I'm gonna do is we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to belt this over hither instead. Where do I have like an on-ramp into the base? I can put one here. What happens if I copy this? Oh my god, it copies the buildings too. Wait. Oh my god, that goes so hard. I knew not what I was like getting ready to spit. Holy, that goes so hard. That was like what I was gonna do anyways, because I wanted to do the same thing with the stuff and the things. Oh my god. So now this is gonna off-put all the blues that we could ever want. Uh-oh, one of these machines is broken. Why are you broken? Because you're not getting any input. Because we're producing too much of this and not enough of that, I guess. I could void half of that, I guess. I like them apples. think that that's directly needed in what we're currently doing. Maybe it'll speed up a little bit more. This is our last pin task from the starter stuff. Oh my god, look at it. It's so beautiful. That design we just made immediately getting used again. But unfortunately, it's like getting shot in right where we need to be doing other stuff. Maybe I can scale up this somehow. Where are these spitting out? What do we need more of to succeed? The original design, which is being blocked by not enough of this shape. We put another stack of this down and then feed it in, I guess. May as well. Not doing nothing else at the time. I'm going to change this belt, I think. I'm gonna eliminate this one and just have this one go upwards immediately and connect in. Apparently I'm not going to do that because I am a dumb McIdiot head. There we go. That way I should be able to just copy this specific build. Flip and mirror it. Have it go here, there's no impact or anything. These are just extra circles as far as I'm aware, so I can feed them into here, but they don't do anything. The build shouldn't break if they get conked out at least. And then those just get fed into here. We have so few stackers right there, that's also probably part of the problem. I mean, I don't think the stackers are being like overfed or anything right now, but it might be a good idea to slam down a few other ones. This should help a little bit though. I think I'm going to set up the few extra stackers right now. Because like we have the space for them. Oh, right. Let me see the other stacker we grabbed. They are slightly faster. Dang. Required buildings for fully saturated build. It just has a statistic for how many per belt you need. I didn't even notice that. That's awesome. We'll do 6 here instead. Which, yes, we are very pressed for space. I am painfully aware. I'm going to say that this will be fine. I don't think it matters the order that these are stacked, so I'm going to just put these on the bottom and these on top. It shouldn't make a difference. Now, these output over to here. And this should be at least a little bit faster, assuming that nothing turns off, which I don't think it will. Heck, by the time we did this, like, we're almost done with the task, but I figured speeding it up was a good idea so that I can clean off everything. I know I said it last time I was streaming this game, but it's just fun to look at everything kind of moving. Here's a water check for you too. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Do some of them sippies. Must be nice to be shaped and just drift into the void. They should make it like Roller Coaster Tycoon, like you could ride the belt as one of your shapes. That'd be sick. Alright, we're almost done. I'm gonna just wait out this task and I'm gonna destroy everything, I think. What shape would you want to be? Ooh, I don't know. Probably one that's stacked really high. That's a very solid question. I just got my world opened. While we're like vibing here, use Q and E to switch between platform floors. Thank you. Didn't know that. Like, the more you go out, the more like crazy looking shapes you find. Like, what is this? You just go into space and admire, like, oh, I love square corner and rounded pizza slice that's also blue. We are so minuscule in the grand scheme of things. I guess that we'll be able to like just copy paste entire factories though, which will be pretty cool. What the heck? Shift plus E apparently snaps you back to your home place. Oh no, it just raises you off of the spaceship floor. That's what it is. That's funny. That's what a silly message to put in there. Thank goodness they've got that for us. Uh-oh. We are still spitting some out. Wonder if it improved at all. Wait, oh my god, our belt is not belting hard enough. It definitely improved, but now it's throughputed by something else. That's crazy town. I didn't think we'd need 2 full ones of circles. I know I'm going to keep saying this too. I want to focus more on doing the ratios right for things going forward because, man, it gets really bad when I'm like, oh, I want to improve this slightly, then I just tack random stuff on it. That's not it, Chief. That ain't it. Alright, there goes our final of the starter tasks. Now I'm going to rip up everything we worked on. We now have mushroom, gray with red, and rotated stacking in addition to our normal stuff. So our beautiful base, we quite loved it. I guess we have to zoom in a little bit. Boom. Get rid of it. Ah, that feels good to see a blank slate. It was really cool seeing everything, but we needed to focus a little bit. So we have some reds coming in here and some blues coming in. I think we also want to set up with whatever that other shape is, which I guess is going to be from this one over here. Yeah, we just need to cut off a small piece of that to grab it. So we're going to go ahead and extract this stuff. I guess we'll bring it in on this corner here as well. So an unfortunate thing is now I've actually taken, like I've walled off this section from being usable. I'd have to wrap a belt all the way around the base to do it because of how I did my belting, which was kind of a bad idea. So what I'm going to do is not do that. We're going to remove our blue belt. Because while it looked cool initially, it's definitely going to cause problems now. I do think there is some merit into keeping belts on different levels, though. Like keeping this one high is fine. I'm being dumb. I brought it past where I wanted to bring it. Perfect. Now we can successfully extract this. We'll have it go this way. We will do some of the extensions. Boom. Can I get these to connect in the middle instead? Or is that not viable? Cool, we can. That looks way better. This cross under, and then we'll have it go up. I think what we'll do is we'll keep all of our things on generally the same level so that we don't run into an issue where we could just go under everything. Now we're bringing these here. What do we want to do with these new shapes that we have unlocked? Oh, I forgot to set up our minor stacks actually, so we're not bringing them. All we want to do is eliminate one side of them, and it might actually be easy to do. It might be the west side already. So let us grab our minor stack blueprint. And there we go. Definitely glad we made that blueprint. It seemed like the right idea basically instantly. Not that it's like that foreign of a concept to make a stack of something or a blueprint of something you're going to do a lot. And then we'll work on separating that. Really quickly though, I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to run a 3-minute ad just so there's no pre-rolls and stuff. So I'll be right back and then we'll continue with these new shapes. All right, appreciate your patience. We are now back. It's always awkward for me to like get used to that streaming housekeeping of running the ad, but it makes it so that people don't get the pre-rolls, which I think is nice. Certainly an unfortunate trade-off of the dealio. All right, so we have some shapes coming in now. We have our new ones as well. These should be really easy to work with, so maybe we'll do these first, because this is our first, like, pin task on the list. So we have 4 belts, which should be fully saturated from my understanding. I imagine they will be because we're mining so much back there. We're going to need to cut off the west half of them, which I believe is already like the right side that we need. So we can just set up a half destroyer. We need 3 per belt. So we just set up 12 of them, and then we cut them, and we put them back on belts, and then we go, and we're good to go. I know I make it sound easy, but it really is that easy sometimes. Okay, the area is on the side over there. We'll anchor this, pull this up, and we'll have this one go out here. That was awkward. I need to make sure to keep using my anchors because the game sometimes thinks I'm getting wild and wacky. It's usually pretty good at figuring out what I want to do. Definitely want to be careful to anchor whenever possible. Alright, and those 4 should be good to go. I think they're good to saturate their own belts they are, so it should be a really fast task. I mean, it's a very simple one, so it makes sense that it's not too crazy. I'm just excited to get more research points. Alright, so we have our red ones coming in here, and half of these can immediately be used. I want to say these are fully saturated belts. They certainly are. We may as well just dump these without thinking about it. So we don't need them for nothing else. Oh, these other half could also be used. Great. In that case, I'm going to change where these belts cut off, but we can just send them through. I didn't realize these were already like done. I think it's the blue one that needs a little bit more work. Ooh, right, so that is 3 of our tasks being dumped in now. We may as well work on another one. So I'll put 2 of these through. I'll put 2 of these through. There is some merit to... I guess they're all a little bit different. The side ones are different, at least. There's some merit to keeping 2 of the same orientation. I think it'll make it simpler. Right, so this should be pretty simple for these. We have 2 full belts of these. We just need to rotate them. It looks like 2 of them are sufficient enough per belt, and then we need to cut them again. So west is going to our right now. Two of these per belt. And then there's 3 of these per belt. So we'll pull these back into a belt together because that should be sufficient. And then we'll do 3 of these per belt. Then we can pull them back into a belt again and then simply dump them. Easy peasy. Great. Look at those healthy looking belts. We've already actually finished one of our tasks too. These ones are pretty easy, admittedly. With as much space as we had, it wasn't too difficult. Wow, look at how many we're dumping in at once, though. That's very satisfying looking. Love that. How many points do we get? Only 1. It looks like it's going to be a little bit on the lower side. Now we need to attach a half circle on top of our gooby shapes over here. We have 4 full belts of these, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect them. And then we're going to see if we can get 4 full belts of half circles, which should be really easy because we just unlocked a device that allows us to do that without too much of a headache. So let's bring these back a little bit. And now we can test out our... I was thinking the swapper is what we wanted, but no, it looks like it's going to be the cutter again. Interesting that the cutter doesn't mention how many you need per belt. Like, these are like a firm 3, and the cutter is like, figure it out. Do some mathematics, do some forensics. We do know it's 4 per belt through our extensive science and research. I hit the button again, just don't worry about it, it's not important. We're going to need 8 of these. And then we will need to rotate some of these a little bit. Thankfully, this area doesn't matter too much. We would like them to be the orientation of the left side, so we will put in a 90-degree rotator, which we need 2 per belt, but I think because we're having this, one of them should be sufficient. Finished another task already. It should be one more of these connects, and then that should be one completed belt. And then I will just simply copy this and paste it over here, and it should be just as sufficient. Then we have our 2 full belts of these half ones. Wait, are these sufficient? 30 on each side, so 60. Each of these belts is 120. This breaks them down into 120. Alright, so this is only 2 belts worth of it. So technically this is less than that by a little bit. I could mirror this and do it again for full efficiency. You know, let's just do it. Our build sizes are like certainly calling for like bigger ones. Like there's no mystery that they want us to do more. I'm gonna leave this here for now. And I'm going to adjust these, I think, and raise them. It's a shame that I can't, like, drag all of them and just have them all be raised belt at once, you know? That'd be convenient. That is kind of what I wanted. It's stealing them. Alright. I'm going to just delete these for now. We're not even using 2 of them currently. So I'm going to raise this one up and then we'll eject that one on the upper level there. I keep forgetting we have the upper level ejection. I need to remember that. Raise it up and then we'll have that eject up there as well. Now we freed up a bunch of space for ourselves. We can also do this in a more like stack sized format. How about this? I could bring belts past them and then double that and then give it to the next person. Like that. You catch me? You feel what I'm putting down here? This goes into here. This goes up into here. This goes into here. This goes into here. And now our little gooby stack here, which could have been a little bit more concise, so I'm going to move it a little bit before we finish up here. Our gooby stack should be pushing out enough to match this. So each belt needs 6 stackers each. I wish I could figure out a good way to use these, but it's kind of tough with them. You get limited in your location, so I guess I kind of understand why they're so good. So if we make a nice little like stack for that, we could be way more efficient. Either way, we're going to want 24, which is not an insignificant amount, so 6, 12, then we'll just copy paste that. Taking up most of our area down here. We could certainly tone it back if it becomes necessary, but for now we'll just leave it as is. I'm going to move these upwards as well. They feel like they're a little misplaced for how much space we're going to need on the back side. The front side should need like very little space. I think 4 lines is like the perfect amount, basically. Finish the shape goal, but we're not going to check on that right now because we've got other stuff to do currently. I want to move these over. No, I shouldn't have to move over one more. This should be fine. Whoops. That's our lower levels done, and this one should be a lot easier to do in the upper level, but I don't want to kunk ourselves with too much space taken here because we might need those squares. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do the whole thing high up. And very like smack dab here. It's not the most space efficient, but it is like space efficient in a way. Trust me, I'm not just spitting out buzzwords. These are the shape that we need. We need a good chunk of them too, so I'm glad that we did as much as we did, and we will send them out, and those should be all taken care of now. Whoops. Okay, that should be fully saturated unless I miscounted somewhere, but I'm thinking it should be like perfect. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. It'll take a little bit for it to like fully get into the system because I did this one so long, but like look at how nice this belt looks already. This should be done in no time flat. I mean, I say no time flat, but we need 1200, so I'm glad that we aimed as high as we did. Alright, so let's look at our tasks. We'll turn in the few we have. We have red and blue done. Ooh, the next one is rotating the white and blue one and stacking it, and then putting a half circle on top of our Pokeball. Why is this not doing anything? Our device broke at one point. Why did it break? Oh, it's because I turned this off. Okay, no, that makes complete sense. I understand entirely why it broke. I should make it a habit that anytime I turn off a machine, I just void it, because if not, we're going to end up in situations like that. A lot of these are very reliant on what's being consumed at any given moment. It will turn off at the drop of a hat, so we should certainly be sure to conk up. Thankfully, it turns right back on as soon as you start voiding them. They just have to have something to be done with them. Oh yeah, look at that. Not bad. I know I'm glazing myself from time to time, just admiring what stuff looks like, but I can't help it. So, let's look at our pin tasks and see what we can do here. We have the half red circles. They're going in the middle here. We just need to put them on top of half circles. We have a boatload of circles here, but I was gonna say they're literally all being used. There's actually some downtime in them. I'm surprised. Shouldn't this be perfect? 30, 60, 90, 120. Are these belts doing more than 120 a minute? No, they're not. Why is this the case? This process is 30 per minute. It's because they're not being used quick enough up here. But these belts are 120 per minute, so they should be, right? This spits out 30 in each belt here. This rotates them faster than 30 per minute, so one should be sufficient. So why is it that this belt's just like not used at all? Stackers do 20 a minute, so 6 of them is one belt, but those also aren't like struggling or anything. Oh wait, it is struggling. No, maybe it's not struggling. No, it totally is. Well, I wonder why this is. Maybe it's not. Alright, whatever. I don't totally understand why this one's not having any throughput at all. Like, it's literally unable to do anything. I mean, it means we over-designed it, but why would 3 cutters be sufficient for a belt that pushes through 120? Oh, I know why. I'm dumb. Okay, it makes sense. A cutter inputs 30, but outputs 60. So therefore, these would need to be on two separate belts. We need faster belts. That makes sense. I was getting a little bit lost in the sauce there. So you would need two separate belts of output to keep up with a cutter. In spite of 4 cutters needing only 1 belt of input, you would need 2 belts of output for 4 of them. Which I believe means we could have cut this design in half. Which, you know, no biggie. It looks fine. Like, I'm not upset about it or nothing. But it is interesting to know. We'll have to remember that for the future. We could save a lot of space on things. While we were goobing, we finished another task. We gotta smack a circle on top of our starfish, it looks like. And wouldn't you know, we have a bunch of excess circles here. So what I'm going to do, I think, is do exactly what I was saying before. I'm going to cut through. I want to remove these 2 on the right so that we free these up, because mathematically speaking, this should be totally fine to do. We'll delete these. And then quickly, we'll attach these belts in appropriate situations. That is going down now. That's going up now. Can I bring this one up? Is it too tight? Let's see. Do you have unlimited belts and stuff, or how did that work? Yeah, so I was thinking that one wouldn't be able to go up. We do have unlimited belts. We have unlimited belts, we have unlimited supplies, we have unlimited shapes, we have unlimited everything. Is it like space constrained? So it is to an extent. So this area here, this like big square here, was our original space that we had access to. We now have the ability to place these platforms, which we only have a few of right now. We have a 2-shape one and a 2-length one, excuse me, and a 1-length one. And we have a limitation of exactly 340 total things we can place. We've just unlocked this feature, so we weren't constrained just to this square initially, but now we've been able to do more. So when I pump in, you know, a shape, I can put it over to the side here and then have it start processing. Currently, it just seems like figuring out the most efficient way of your use of your time and your space. This belt technically has less throughput now. I can fix this really easily, so I'm going to do that. Perfect. So you take a shape, then you do what with it? You want to, you know, we'll ride the shape express together. We'll even do it the more complex way. You find a nice looking shape in the world. Look at this. That is a cool looking shape. You got like a circle with a heckin' red edge on it. You find a shape you like. Let's say that you like this one that we took initially. Great. So we want checkerboard squares. You set up a few miners on the checkerboard squares, or mining platforms. You attach a few of the, what are they called? Shape miner extensions, which are the things that point arrows at your shape miners, and then make them basically stronger and output more. You set up mines on top of the shape miner platforms that you place. You have those pump out onto large conveyor belts. Now your shape, you're going on this big conveyor belt all the way over to the main factory where we're working now. I'm processing the shapes that I'm exporting off of those platforms straight where they come in. I put down this platform, I designed this thing deliberately to split them in half and then output them. Let me start just voiding them now so we can kind of see how they move along. So you get brought in, and then you get, okay, in this one, this device will split them in half. So therefore, it goes through, it goes, all right, I get split into this half and this half. Okay, that half goes up, this half goes down, they follow along the belt, they go through, and then they get shot onto here. Great, so now I have 4 different halves coming in, which are different orientations, obviously, because we split it in half. Well, now I'm having these go through here, which are now being rotated so that they have the same orientation, and then the west side of them is being destroyed, that they only turn into that one corner, which I needed for a different recipe. I'm currently voiding these so that the factory will keep running so you can kind of see what it looks like when they come through. But you take a shape and then you edit down the shape, you rotate it, you cut into it, or in a lot of cases you'll stack the shapes, which is what we're doing over here. So I had this half that's like two corner ones and then a rounded half moon, or excuse me, half circle. And I'm stacking them together to form this jellyfish looking shape. What do the recipes need? So recipes as a concept are a little bit weird. It's a lot more free form in this. So you start with that original shape and all you're trying to do is accomplish an efficient way of making what the milestones specifically call for. So we made these jellyfish for the last one, and our next task is the jellyfish with a circle stacked upon it. Which is why I made this one a little bit less efficient, because we have these extra circles here. I mean, I made it more efficient, I guess. I cut it down a little bit. So now instead of shooting all these jellyfish off the edge, we're going to lower this line. I mean, I say off the edge, but it's going into like the wind point. I'm going to bring these jellyfish over to here. For the record, they're not actually called like jellyfish. They just look like jellyfish to me. Now we have our 4 lines of jellyfish here, and we have circles. We need to stack circles on top of jellyfish, or underneath them. Or no, it is on top of them. Okay. So we look at our stacker, which is one of our buildings, and it looks like 6 stackers per belt. We currently have 4 lines of jellyfish available and only 2 lines of circles. I can bring in more lines of circles, so we might actually do that. So I'm going to move under the expectation that we're going to do, to start, 12 of them. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we have 12 stackers. So we need jellyfish on the bottom. We'll bring our jellyfish down here. Did the game say it wants a jelly circle combo? Yep. So the pinned tasks and stuff all come from this task list here. Tasks are basically like side objectives, but they give you research points, which you use for upgrades. Milestones are like the main story stuff that you need to do. So with this jellyfish shape, we can, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. We can bring it down here, have them feed into the bottom, and then we have our 2 circular belts, which we will feed on top instead. What a terribly awkward way to do that. I need to lower that belt, actually. There we go. And now, because our request is to make these specific jellyfish shapes, we finish stacking them. We have our first circle on jellyfish, which is that task there, showing check marks that the right thing is coming through. We shoot it into the void. And there you go. 1 out of 1,200 of them. Obviously, we want to be as efficient as possible, though. So we have 2 full belts of jellyfish that just aren't doing anything. However, we're using 2 of our belts as circles over here. So we do have a few other circle miners, so I think I'll bring those down. I think I'll bring them upwards to bring them down. That makes sense, though. I mean, okay, that's a really dumb way to say what I want to say. I'm going to raise them above my other contraptions so they're not in the way. Because we can more efficiently make these stacked jellyfish. We have the supplies for it. I could just leave it as this. I mean, we're making 240 per minute, so it'll take like 5 minutes to finish. But alternatively, I can just take this entire stack and copy paste it, and bada bing, bada boom. Let our jelly bellies go above here. These ones will feed into this side. This one's getting a little bit spaghetti, I'll admit. Whoops. Why are my jellyfish coming down here? Oh, I set up the thing wrong. There we go. Gosh, this one jellyfish belt's actually like ruining my life right now. We're just gonna do it further away. It's not the most space efficient thing, but I literally just need that space to like function right now. There we go, that's much better. I literally signed a contract to say I wouldn't do spaghetti, but here we are. This also needs to be changed a little bit. Literally, by the time I finish this, like, the recipe's basically done. Or the requests. So there was like no reason to jump through all these hoops, but then I got committed to it. Things got a little weird. However, now with a lot of belt spaghetti towards the end and apparently still an off-put issue somewhere. Offload, excuse me. We are now doing 480 of these jellyfish per minute. Let's see. Yeah, each one of these belts is doing 120 per minute, so this will be another like 20 seconds to finish it. So do you not need the jellyfish shape for anything else anymore? I mean, besides making a new shape. The original jellyfish shape, I could repurpose it, I could cut it up for something, but my current task only has it for this. Our next task will almost certainly be another evolution of this jellyfish shape. Look how fast we're doing it. Great. So now, they want us to take our beautiful jellyfish shape and put it on top of a square, which is very easy to do, but holy heck. They want us to make a lot of them, and I just did this absolute monstrosity. So I'm going to pull back a little bit. We need to move this like now. Space is a very rough constraint that we've been struggling with currently. I need to fix this. So we can keep our jellyfish makers. No longer want to output them here, though. There's no reason to. All right, so we have our completed jellyfish here. We need to put these two belts of jellyfish back into jellyfish maker. Make a jelly maker, as they say. Honestly, I want to move it over one more. Should not be a big deal. But having two instead of one in between these is going to make my brain a lot easier to work with. Oops. You know, I used to like hate automation games, like the concept of them really was not a heckin' fan of automation games in general. Kind of dreaded when my friends wanted to play them, but like didn't want to like scrunk on plans and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'm down. Now look where I am. Eat, sleep, breathe automation. I just don't quite eat, sleep, breathe it, but pretty close. Alright, so now we have our 2 jelly makers in a little bit of a better position. So what we need to do with these 2 jellyfish makers, we can get rid of this belt for now too. Let me just have these void. I mean, it doesn't really matter, they're not doing anything. I'm just doing these one task at a time. But I will have these void just in case they're used for something else, and I like watching the belts move. Oh, they're all just being voided over there. Okay, well, whatever. So now we have 4 belts of jellyfish. We need to bring in some squares to put them on, which are right here, which is quite nice. So we're gonna want another stacker stack. We're gonna want 24 of them to be efficient. Basically this exact design we have here, which is a lot of heckin' space. I guess I could technically just copy paste it, but I'm gonna just remake it myself. I want to have 2 spaces? It looks like 3 spaces between them if I want something similar. I definitely want to follow that logic that I had before about just saving a little bit of space between them. Makes it a lot easier to process for me at least. So we want the jellyfish to go on top, so I'll bring this under. Then I'll bring this over. 6 of these will be fed by a single belt, so this should be fine as is. It should be actually like easier overall. Ooh, I gotta make sure to bring this above if we're going in front though. I go, oh, this is gonna be easy, and then I immediately hit a roadblock. How do I fix it? Easy, we could just bring it out here and then it's fine. A little bit of belt foo is necessary, but we'll make it work. Bring one more belt of our jellyfish down. And now, the fun part. Simply give our jellyfish a little platform to live on. And now we have our finished product. Oops. A nice feature of this game that I quite like, which I'm not going to do at this exact second because it'll like kill everything. I mean, I guess it won't kill everything, but it'll be a little bit inconvenient. Ooh, that's a problem. Is you can take everything off the belts you select, so you can watch like the satisfying pour in of everything. We just need to move this belt outwards a little bit to make it function. I need to go underneath some belts here. Realize now I don't love the design I just did. Remake that really quickly. If not, it's actually going to drive me straight crazy. For real, bussin' respectfully, of course. Perfect. Now it's perfect. So now we should have full 480 per minute throughput. No way Gumayushi's leaving T1. Is he retiring, or is he just like get signed to something else? Surely he didn't get traded or nothing. That's pretty crazy though. I wouldn't have expected him. What a goat. I didn't even realize that my stacker setup was inefficient. It makes sense now, though, that we could literally cut 2 of these out. We have the exact same throughput with our current belt speeds. Can we upgrade our belt speed again? I think it's like a boatload. The only downside of upgrading your speeds is everything gets kind of thrown off. But I think doing conveyor belt's a good idea. Slaving to prove himself, I can kind of get that, though. It's rough when you're, like, playing on a team with, like, one of the goats, if not the goat, you know? Oh my god, does it get like a special color when you're like super efficient on it? I don't remember it being like this like pinkish color on the edge. Is it because I've maxed out 4 belts? Am I just like glazing myself for no reason? Who can say? I'm gonna test something really quickly. This should be the exact same layout as the red one, so I'm going to eliminate half of these and see what my throughput's like. Because if my assumption was correct... Wait a minute. Something's wrong. No, nothing's wrong. Okay, we can't, it doesn't matter. Because even if we eliminate them, we can only put in 4 belts right now. We need better belt speed. That's the only thing relevant now. Alright, let's strip down this little whatever the heck we have going on here and remake it, because we want to take these shapes and then turn them into either a half... Actually, let's work on the bonus task first. We're almost like completely done with our look at the big setup we made just for this one thing. It looks so cool in practice though. And our belts are looking a lot healthier. But our platform turtles, which I think were jellyfish before, but now they look like turtles to me. They're just about to be done. I definitely want way more space, but I think that there's some merit for us making blueprints in like a square. Because we could just have like drop off here, split, and then, you know, make this go to another square and stuff. It's definitely like a step-by-step process we can create, which I'm sure is the intention. But I want to break down this whole thing. There we go, task complete. I thought that said we were getting 50. Oh, you get platform limit by doing this. Cool, I didn't realize. Wonderful, so there's even more benefit to doing tasks than before. We finished all of our turtle tasks. We do have colorful star available, which I suppose I'll pin now. It feels like a little bit bittersweet to delete a stack like this, but at the same time, like, the puzzle's done. We can always recreate it. It wasn't that bad, and I think it'll be a good skill for us to develop. To be able to just build on the go. So, this should be pretty simple to set up with our current belts. But what I'm wondering is, can we set this up here, perhaps? Or is that too tight on space? Okay, so what we would need to do is rotate one of these 3 pieces, or 2 of these 4 pieces, I guess is a better way to put it. That should be fine. Normally you need 2 of these per belt, which is looking like it'll be the case here as well. This is going to be a really tight build. I don't know if this is going to work here, but I'd like to like do the processing here altogether. And then ship it over for the other part. So now there's no way we can stack it here, right? I gotta try, right? No, we're gonna need more stackers than this, but maybe no. We should just shoot it across now, because we're definitely gonna need more stackers than this. And what we've done here is gotten like the correct pieces outputting. So we recombine these, and then we just shoot them out. And now we have the pieces that we exactly need coming straight off the island. May as well take advantage of the extra space here rather than just have it be used for literally nothing. So we're gonna need 24 stackers. Maybe we should make an island for it though. Wait, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Can we move these? You can actually move them. Okay. So we should be able to extract like this then. Whoops, that's the wrong one. I mean, we could just turn this one off altogether right now, right? We don't need it. Like, yes, this outputs circles, but do we really need another circle one right now? Maybe we don't. Oh my god, this is crazy. I keep having my mind blown. You know what I could also do instead, which I think I'm gonna do? I have a whole heck of an extra belt down here still, I didn't realize. I think I'm gonna restore those miners. Whoops. And I'm gonna take this setup and move it right here. It'll have to reprocess everything since we cut and paste it. But now look, we can have it go through like little bays doing different things. Like there's no downside to this. We just expanded our platform. We can shoot them across. It's just a belt. So now we can have a platform fully dedicated. Although I guess that's still a square that's potentially quite small. Can we fit a 24 stack in one square? That's the next question of the day that we're going to be trying to find out the answer to. Because if we can make a blueprint and just slam down one of these platforms whenever we want, like a 24 stacker, that'd be so nice. But it's going to be kind of tight on space. Maybe we do it on a double instead, but it'd be so cool to do it on a single one. So if we put this here, oh, this should be easy peasy lemon squeezy now then. Do it horizontally. Maybe I'll work with the expectation of having 2 space between each of them. That spaces them out quite nicely on the actual grid itself, and I like having that little bit of safety net. Move them up a little bit. Oh, this is so cool. I really like this game. So now we have 4 belts. It's 6 stackers per belt. I need to split my belt. Yeah, I'm gonna need to split my belts. My brain is getting so lost in the sauce. So we want... Oh snap, these aren't even right. Are they right? No, they're right. We need these ones to be on the bottom. I don't even know if we want to blueprint this. It's a very simple design for like setting up the stuff. Thankfully, it's so easy to split. My gut's telling me that I could be doing something more efficient. I just don't know what it would be. Or that something's wrong, I guess, is more apt of what I'm feeling. So these are now creating what I need them to create. We will... See, that's interesting. We could theoretically have this turn into like 8 belts of throughput instead of only 4 from here. But this should be only 4 belts of saturation, so there should be no necessity for it. But we could have it cross across there. Oops. So I can bat it, bacon belts. Alright, so there's our new shape. It is 2 dominoes stacked on top of each other. Although it's looking like my ratios were not the best. Why did they go wrong? Let's try to analyze. These are clearly coming through fully. They're 20 each. The bottom is oversaturated, but the top isn't. Only using half of it. I mean, I guess that makes sense since a single belt can be fed. I don't know why I assumed that I would need so much of these. Clearly this can be done with just the one set of stacks. But I'm only pushing through these 2 belts because these belts aren't efficient enough. What the heck's happening over here? Is it because these were off for a while? I'm gonna just turn these off again and see if they like fix themselves. Man, the ratios and me have been really like having a rough go at things together. Should be able to eliminate this set as well. I keep assuming that I can do twice as much when it comes to stackers, but I need to remember that stackers have an input on like 2 different sides, so that's like messing me up. Which is totally a skissue, don't get me wrong. Now we have 100% throughput on these 2. Kind of like select connected. Boom. Select connected. It's the wrong button. I don't know how I messed it up so quickly. Boom. So how do we fix this problem? This one gets so backed up. I guess this one design is only good enough for a single one of them. I want to fix this. I want to learn what I'm doing wrong so we can fix it. So let's copy this setup. I guess we'll cut it actually. We'll cut this setup and then we'll do it twice. Oops. I want to just move this up a little bit, but I also didn't want like all of the machines to get ruined. What were these side belts for? I guess they didn't need to be rotated. That's what it was. an extra belt down there. It's no big deal. So now... it should be better for the throughput, and now everything should be always on. We may need to, like, dump everything. They're still pushing out the correct shape. I think I just ramped it up so it's efficient enough. You know, I'm gonna dump the entire thing. If my numbers are right, this design should be really good. I could also just be completely wrong still. I'm hoping that's not the case. The issue was we weren't using enough of it, so the bottom half of it was turning off, so I doubled it, and hopefully that'll be sufficient. It should be. I should have just had the numbers slightly off. I guess I was just really wrong that one belt would be enough. Oh, no. Okay, this is a consequence of my original design. We're cutting twice as much as we need is the problem. Twice as much as we need for one belt, I guess. So this doesn't fix my design, but the issue is that this one outer belt here is trying to accept 240 per minute when it can only fit 120. But I was able to improve my throughput up here at least. This needed to be done. This was like a necessary improvement. Not that too much changes in the long run. Other than the fact that it like looks a little nice. So how do I fix this? I would need to bring in... So the issue is I need to bring these ones in more so they have space. Right? Which is not impossible or even that difficult to do. But I would then need to have 2 more of these setups. So maybe I'll take like a double platform to do this first step and then 2 single platforms or another double platform and do this step. Because we could literally, we don't have to do this right here. We could process this all the way out here and then just take single platforms to pump it in. I need to think like that now. Now that we have the luxury of like space, we need to like not build everything so cramped. Honestly, just the fact that we can do this is so cool. I really like this game. Yeah, so we're still gonna suffer from our problem, but the throughput's like fine. I would like to improve it since we're going to have to do another level of this task, I believe. Yeah, we got 2 more levels of this task. Maybe space will be required. I wish we could make another big platform like this. Not that it's super necessary, but I need to start thinking. It's like a whole different game. I need to look at it from the perspective of doing a task per platform. Like its own, this is like its own blueprint basically, because we can copy the whole thing really easily. Speaking of, I could just copy this entire thing over to here and then we would have 8 belts going through. Why don't I do that? Can I, is that just as easy as it sounds? Huh. Like, I shouldn't be surprised that it's as easy as it sounds. I'm just a little surprised anyways. Alright, we finished another task. 2 space bucks. What do we got for upgrades available to us? We can grab the belt speed one. I think I'm gonna just grab it. It kind of rectifies some of our issues. Not really, but it's nice. Oh, we discovered Pigment Hell. We are in the first layer of Pigment Hell. Pigment Hell mixed with space platforms and a whole heck of a lot to take in. We have but barely gripped the surface. So our next one is stacking a 3rd one on top. Well, good news for us. We just set up a third one. However, I think what I'm going to do is precisely what I was saying before. I want to move all of this stuff. I'm going to cut this entire design, and we're going to move it out here in space because I don't really want it to be so close to the base because I want more space to do this stuff. Now that I know that we can do this, like I wasn't thinking on a cosmic level, and I clearly should have been. Because now we have all of this space to put down platforms. We got 300 more platforms to put on. I need to start thinking on a much more grand scale than I was before. The issue with this design is something I also want to fix. So this is fine, but we're not through putting enough on that singular belt. So it should be kind of easy to fix, but we're going to have to change some stuff around, which is unfortunate, but I like tweaking designs and stuff, so we may as well do it now rather than later. I predict it's easier to do it with this one. I'm going to work on this design first before we start doing more shapes. Because I do think that there's some merit in having, maybe not this exact design, but like this is a baseline I feel could be really good for further progress. That's very, very easy to do. So I'm going to just delete this side. Copy the one we just fixed up. Then we're going to mirror, rotate, rotate. Reattach it. Now we're actually using this a lot more efficiently than we were before. We have 2 full belts coming out here, but now I'm even more in the sauce. Is that truly 2 belts? Should I have extra belts? No, no, no. So we just don't want these belts to combine. I like this design we have here. I'm going to copy it. Actually, we're going to leave it there for a second. We're going to make another platform. I don't mind our stack that we have there, but we're going to place a new one. I think we only need a smaller one for this. This is so cool being able to work on like the cosmic scale with these big platforms. Put that there for a second while we're thinking. So I want to take this design that we had. I want to take it and I want to fit it on here twice if we can, which may be greeting for how small this is. That's totally greeting for how small this is. Let us instead switch it to a bigger one. We have the space for it. I don't think there's like a meaningful issue. Good question though. Can we take one and smack it on top? We can, but it won't keep its design. So this is going to be a weird blueprint to make, or I guess a weird design to make, because we're going to want belts to go here and then ow. Oh, wait, I got an idea. Wait, I got a really cool idea. Okay. I'm gonna grab this and we're gonna just move it over here for a second because I'm not done with it, but we're not gonna use it. This we can just get rid of. I don't want to use that one right now. Feels weird deleting the original for what I want. But what I'm thinking is, so right now we have 1, 2. Let's disconnect these belts because I think these belts are enough to sustain on their own. I think, assuming my math is right from before, these should be like perfectly fine on their own. But we should have 8 belts of throughput from just this one island that we created. If that's the case, which I hope it is. Gosh, I hope it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna delete this half just because it's easier for me to copy and then mirror, rotate, and just smack it onto where it was before. Great. I'm going to make some platforms. This might be dumb as bricks. I haven't decided if this is dumb as bricks yet, but it's feeling like it might be. I suddenly really want the longer platforms. How expensive are those? These platforms are really getting to me. It's only 6. We're 1 point off. If only we had 1 more point, but I don't have anything cooking right now. All right, that's fine. I want to go for that sooner than later, though. I seriously undervalued what platforms could do by like a wide margin. So, my thought was, assuming that my belt ratios are right, which, God, if they're not, this is going to be a little embarrassing, but we're still, like, learning, so it's fine. Everything's going to get a little bit stuck for at least a little bit, because, like, we would need to wipe all the belts, but you know what? I'll do that. We will, we'll just do this and we'll wipe all the belts. I mean, it won't matter. We'll have to do it over and over again to make it, like, look good before we do stuff. But either way, so now we copy this design, which we had stored over here. I'm definitely getting... Oh, I didn't mean to destroy that. That's fine. Wait, I can undo it. Oh, love that. I'm definitely getting a little extravagant here, but now that I'm like thinking about how these platforms work, this just feels like right to me, you know? Like, this game is made for this, surely. I'm not the weird one. Should be able to copy this and then mirror, rotate, rotate again. Now this spits out what we want. I wonder if I should just spit them out upwards. It's going to be a little bit annoying to do it with how I set up the belts. So this should be the stacker part. I just realized like a huge issue, but it's fine. We're learning right now. So it's 7.5 stackers per belt. Normally it's 6, so I'm going to operate into the expectation of 6 being the play. So we can stack these as we wanted to before. And it should be 12. We want the blue to be laying on white whenever possible. I mean, we literally have to have it that way. So blue on top of white. So we'll have these 6 go this way. These 6 go this way. Blue on top of white, is that right? It is. They're technically facing different directions, but it should be fine for what we want regardless. I can put a rotator or two to like make them sync up if I wanted to, which I think I'm gonna do for my own sanity. I don't think it's like super necessary. So now we've got a full belt of these two, or 2 full belts of these two. Does it need 3 belts? This outputs 20, so 6 of them is fine. No, this should be sufficient. So 2 belts come out even though 4 belts go in. It looks like our processing is good too, because even though nothing's happening, they've all like evened out and there's still like plenty of stuff. So I think that we've got everything figured out here. So now we've got 2 full belts of these. Unfortunately, this isn't our task anymore because I was thinking how nice this would be to just mirror it, but now we need to stack these with something else as well. But the question is, how do we do more of this? And I think the answer has been staring us in our pretty little face for a while now. We could just place the whole stack again. I'm going like mad with power now. I think what I'm going to do... So For every 2 of these we make, we only need 1 output to stack another one on. I'm sure we'll need 2 eventually, but what I'm going to do for now is take this entire side and trash it. Just for the second, because we should be able to reconnect it later without any trouble whatsoever. Actually, wait, no. We want to have both sides. I was wrong. I'm really over-engineering this for how few of these we need, but I'm enjoying it. Look, it's fine. Trust me, it's fine. I know you're stressing out right now, but don't worry about it. We're vibing and imbibing right now. So I want this to be copied, and then we can flip it or mirror it and then rotate it twice. Now we have 2 of these coming in, which means we want 2 belts of other stuff to put on top of it. Which we currently have. Can you tell that like the gears are really chugging right now? We currently have. It's like these are post-processed. We're gonna have 4 belts of those. So maybe I do only need 1 of these. I think I might only need 1 of these in the end after all. I think I might have been too far in the sauce. And then the other one will be relevant later, because we'll need the second one later. So now we have these coming through, and we can use these for stacking later. But unfortunately, I think we're going to just have to waste some foundation getting it over there. We may as well do the processing on the bigger of the islands that we have available to us. I guess I could rotate them here. We may as well get them all the same direction. Okay. Oh, those 2 are identical. Okay, I was like a little confused. Alright, this one's going to be a little bit awkward. We should definitely do the processing here. Whoops. There, that's better. Let me just clear these things off so nothing weird gets made at the end. Perfect. So now these are all the exact same orientation. I don't know if that's the orientation we're going to need at the end, but I can always rotate them as a group later on. So we have these belts coming in, and we want to just bring them across here, I think. I think this is just like a filler spot. Whoops. I guess those other 4 were not necessary. Right, what's the input for that? Is it O? O, delete. Perfect. We have 4 belts of these coming in. We need them to be stacked, so we're going to need 24 stackers. I'm thinking we do 2 lines of 12. Just have 1 line of each of these go upwards. This isn't going to exactly work how I want it to. I mean, maybe it will. Let's just play it through for now and see how things look. No, it's certainly not going to, because we're going to need raised belts going over the belts on the side, so this design is not going to work. Let's try to do it on the sides instead. I think that's way better for our space, which makes sense since, you know, it's like a oblong platform. We should lean into that. Yeah, this is way, way, way better. way, if we want to bring the shapes in from the upper area, it's fine. Although we can also potentially just bring them in here. I mean, we want 4 lanes, so never mind. We're not going to do that. So what direction do we need these shapes? We need the blue in the upper left. I think. Let me look at the outputs on these, actually. Yeah, they are sitting in the machine like that, so we want the blue in the upper left for sure. From this orientation. This one does that for us. So we're going to set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's make it look a little cleaner though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These should coalesce again into their own belts. Whoops. I feel like platform just makes the spaghetti worse. But it does give me a lot more freedom to like not stress the location as much, which is not bad. Alright, so I'm bringing in 4 belts of these. This might be excessive. I'll be honest with you, I have... Saying I'm lost in the sauce really doesn't do it justice in how my brain's feeling right now. This is like a side objective. This ain't even like the main story quest. I just entered the sauce and I figured out I wasn't leaving. Well, those are reporting the proper shape. These are not yet. Why not? Are these rotated differently? They're not. Okay, well that is the shape I need. I don't know why those ones aren't reporting the proper green color. RB, are you? Yeah, no, that is totally it, because we want blue stacked on blue stacked on blue. Alright, moral of the story, I don't really have a moral, but we made the shape we wanted just with a lot of headache. Headache's the wrong word for it. I'm about to move this entire thing down like a little bit. But the important thing is that this thing that we just made now puts out a really high amount of the shape that we want, which is pretty cool. Oh god, what have I done? Put it over here for now. It feels really awkward, not awkward, but weird doing this because in Factorio, like I'm always like extremely cognizant of the resources and the waste that might be coming through, which I never really want to do. But in this, I'm like, heck it. Rip some fat belts, see if I care. All right, so we're gonna need to bring it home. I'm making the belts go the wrong way. I'm like, wait a minute. Does belt direction matter? Yeah, it does. I don't know why it wouldn't. See, that would be profoundly cursed. Speaking of profoundly cursed, we should... No, I hate that. I need to get better at moving belts. I always mess up my belt at the last second. I'm like, ugh, I hate it here. I don't know what to do with my hands. I could have built this a little bit closer, but at this point, it's like GG. So what happens if I just go straight across to here? Okay. If I go up, it tries to keep it up. That's a really nice system. Otherwise, it just goes wherever, but it tries to follow where my mouse is. Quite convenient. I was like, where the heck is all the stuff? I forgot we turned off everything. It's still strange that this doesn't report the right shape at the end. It doesn't report any shape at the end. I wonder why. It might be a bug. Hopefully it's a bug and we didn't mess up something catastrophic. It shouldn't be possible because everything is copy pasted, but I mean, it could be like the smallest oofy. Look at how much spaghetti we made for this one stupid shape. It's only 1,200 of it too. This is like way faster than what we needed, but it's been a learning experience, and now I have a huge love for platforms. Slowly but surely the belts are coming through. I was going to say I'm surprised the belts aren't fully saturated, but we upgraded our belt speed. So we're going to be sitting at 120. It's going to fluctuate between that 120 mark. It looks like they're not fully saturated because they're not legally fully saturated, but they will be once we get more upgrades. But they are in fact fully saturated for the belt speed we had before. I don't know why I upgraded belt speed. It didn't really fix anything for me. It just kind of baits me every time because I'm like, faster belt, that'll fix everything. But if every other machine's working at this pace, I guess I can change the ratios, but they're so like nice as is. Oh, and here they go, our first set of our shapes. That's the right shape? Yeah, it is the right shape. I don't get it though. These are all transporting the exact same shape. Yep, they're identical. I don't know why those ones don't show it. Maybe it's just because a weird glitch or something. I like to see the little green check mark that shows that I'm doing good. But it's not even showing that anything's sitting through here right now, so I assume it's just a bug. Is that not rotated? Oh, I hope it's fine. They look fine, kinda. It's nice to see them all side by side like this when the belt starts saturating. Ah, see, that's it right there. It's kind of strange that there's the occasional like 1 instead of just like the 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Now I wish we had faster belts. See, this is why I got faster belts. So H's go back to home. You can create map markers. Okay. It does appear that our ratios were good because every time something arrives at the end, it just kind of drops off, which means I think our numbers were just right this time. There's our first one of 1,200, but the rest of the belts are catching up quite quick. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to cut off these belts, and I'm going to see that we increment on this. I need to know. Okay, it does count. It's just a bug. That's fine. There we go. This should be 4 times 120. So with all that set up, we should be done with this in just under 3 minutes. But all the belts worked, our ratios were good. It's kind of a cool looking thing. It looks like a circuit board. Hold on, I gotta screenshot this and post it in the group chat. Fellas, I ain't part of that factorial life anymore. I've ascended to space circuitry. See ya later. They're gonna look at that and be like, what am I looking at? It's mainly just a bunch of belts, but it looks cool, okay? So I'm feeling myself. Someone should make Factorio for Electron janitors. I would be down for literally any like level of Factorio. Gotta see if the group says anything salty back to me. I understand. I will take up the mantle of storeroom executive manager in your honor. Don't you touch my storeroom, you gremlin. We've been playing, my friends have been playing a warp drive machine Factorio playthrough, and I've been trying to take care of like the storage floor, which I kind of thought would just be like a quick and easy, like set it and forget it type thing and then do whatevs. No, it's like a full-time job when we're playing. I wish I didn't upgrade my belt speeds. That's my biggest regret right now. We would have the chunkiest belts right now. I mean, it does look really cool. This part specifically, when it turns, kind of gets the brain chemicals going, admittedly. But it would have been more saturated if we didn't upgrade it. So the upgrade was kind of a downgrade. Not legally a downgrade, but look, whatever. What I'm noticing down here is there's like a liquid icon and then a power icon and a star down here, which leads me to believe that we are still in the tutorial by a lot. This was cool though. We're making this, like, getting an understanding of this section here makes me quite happy. I understand what the I was like, what the heck's the point of the platform? You just bring everything here? No, you make everything out here and you input it here. This is nothing. This is where we started, but this is like, that's nothing now. That was our starter base. Oh my god, I need to do it again. There's something I wanted to unlock with 6. What was it? Right, I want the longer foundations. I totally undervalued them initially. You know, I think we can grab one more upgrade, right? Or am I crazy for thinking that? No! Its play label doesn't work. Alright, so the nice thing about this is much of our location here is just like spitting these out. The bonus nice thing is we have a whole heckin' belt of these goobies we can use again, and we can copy design we already had right here. So, I know that this sounds like a little bit dumb, but I'm going to move it back a little bit more. It's a little stressful, like, moving this whole design back. I know it'll be fine. So now, I'm going to take this piece, and we're going to copy it, and we're going to place it right here. And what I'll do is I'll have these spit out a different direction for the simplicity of our build. We'll have this go like this. This go like this. I think I enjoy doing the tasks like fully focused one at a time like this, because it lets me like not get like, okay, let's you know, spaghetti this last piece together. It makes me like take the focus to be like, all right, we're progressing this build with this now. So we're going to need to change our twisting operation as well, though. So we are spitting out that. So we need the blue in the upper right for our final stage. So let us grab some twisties, and we need to figure out which one that suits us. It looks like this is the grand winner of the day. Wait a minute. These ones aren't pre-rotated, I guess. They need different spinners. Which is not a big deal. But I'm glad I noticed it before I like finished the setup. I must have done a step where I rotated them a bit earlier in the other one. Now the upper right one, I didn't turn my camera, right? Like this is good. Yes, perfect. And now we have like long foundation, which should be pretty good for our ideal purpose here, which is yeeting it all the way across. Great. So now we have our mostly completed ones coming here, and then we have this like final belt. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to copy our stack design, because it should be repurposable. I think we want it like this. You know, second thought, let's do it here. That inputs from there. It's a shame. I mean, I could just get rid of this miner, but I don't want to do that. I know I said I wasn't going to do it again, but I lied. I'm sorry. All right, so grab our stacker design, copy it. I think I'm going to put it here. We'll put it here because we want, this will make it so that like the requisite stuff is like already like pre-stacked. Like everything is like, oh my god, this design's so nice. God, I'm really feeling it right now. Turning into Shulk, I can't help myself. On a related note, I should really finish Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Has been on my to-do list for an embarrassing amount of time. But being that we're not pressed for foundations or anything, we should just be able to do this. We will bring 2 of our belts up through here, rip them across, and we can copy our entire design. Like the exact stack we did before. Boom. I hope this works, because I was feeling really confident about it, but now like I had that one pang of like, what if I'm just entirely wrong? And look, it's basically the original design we had, just a little more complex. So let's zoom in, let's see how everything's doing. This is our original stackers. We do have 2 of these, which should coalesce together to be enough. Wait, I think I would have had to scale it up even more. No, what if I... My heart is suddenly telling me that this big like core part of the factory will need 2 of them to feed what we want right now. Which is super doable, but it also might not make any sense. Shapeco, you're not wrong. It feels crazy being able to build with like infinite supplies and no like stress about it. Sorry, I was off headphone for a while, still shaping. I am still shaping, though I'm starting to feel a little bit blessed, so I think after we finish up this one, I might call stream for now. You finished your jelly circle? I did finish the jelly circle. Now we're doing square, but, or I guess dominoes, but stacked on top of each other. The domino staircase. No, this should have full throughput. This should be fine. I don't know why this one finished first. I guess because maybe I made this one first. Or maybe the belt's length was it. So these are starting to trickle through. Our other ones, which were full belts of those, should now get stacked with 1 more domino. Should go through a little bit more spaghetti. And then be good. We'll see though. That is the correct shape. Look at our little shape on the belt living its best life. I'm gonna cut the belt here for my own satisfaction. So it is looking like my numbers were good. Maybe not. I think my numbers are slightly off. No, maybe it's fine, actually. Yep, that's perfect. So we're getting those clusters of 5 we were expecting to see. due to the belt speed being faster than the previous one. Yeah, all we had to do was take that other side that we had prepared before of these shapes, which we knew we were going to need, and then rotate them, and then put them through. This game is so addictive. Thankfully, we're not ripping through our shapes too quickly, but we are certainly ripping them now. Oh, we are ripping through them too quickly. Wow, look at that. This bottom one doesn't get enough. Can we mine any more blue? Becky? You got any blue? Maybe we're fine. Thankfully, this is about the limit of what we wanted this build to be, but yeah, there's an issue. I'm going to see if we can rectify it by taking a belt that just has a bunch of extra throughput and stacking it together. It probably won't be a sufficient fix, unfortunately. These will both be at like 75-80% capacity instead of one being at 100 and the other one being at like 50. Regardless, let's go look over at our belts and let's connect them. I feel like I can get a lot of like cinematic shots in this game. Oh, they're gonna have us make some messed up stuff later on, I can tell. Like, holy. Look at him on the corner though. Oh, you'll love to see that. Look at the cinematic view of them doing the sickest thing ever. I guess the coolest thing ever. I feel like more of a photographer than an engineer while playing this. Here they come! Yeah, look at them! Oh, I love it. I didn't even check, are these the right shape? We don't see a symbol here. That puts the fear in me, but I'm pretty sure they're the right shape. Very satisfying looking. And here we go. Look at our shapes per second. I know this is faster than it will actually be. This is the full 150 per minute. It's gonna go down to 120 in like 10 seconds, but we can like appreciate it. There we go. There's the 120 per second over here, so it looks a little bit worse, but regardless, our belts are looking pretty clean. Obviously, we see that throughput issue that we figured out from the belts just not pushing through enough stuff. You just gotta pick your poison on what belt you want to suffer. Also a little bit of backup for me having things be off for a little bit, but it's fine. We're absolutely ripping shapes per second. It should still maintain the 150 or at least be very clear, excuse me, the 120 or be at least be very, very close to it. And that will finish up the this specific task. Oh nice, it shows how many we have stored. Oh, you can see a layer view? That's actually really cool. I like that. Let's see what we get from this. We get 50 more platforms. So they're giving us like a gorillion platform limit. So I don't feel any shame about this. Initially, I was thinking like maybe we should be a little more conservative on the platforms. But the fact that I have 300 extra and I barely did anything there, no, we should be ripping it for sure. So I think the next thing we'll work on, because we finished up the mushroom, which it kind of looks like Kirby actually now that I'm looking at it. Kirby with like a bowl cut. Now that we finish those up, I think next time we're going to work on gray with red and colorful star. We should probably also do our milestone as well, because there's a lot of that stuff to be done. Oh, look at how they do this. They have you do half red shape and then full red shape and then quarter blue square and then half red square and then combine them both into one final product. Oh, the way that they teach is so cool. Operator level shape. Keep delivering to increase your operator level. Oh yeah, we just have like the noob level right now, but we will get, oh my god, I didn't even look at what was down here. We're gonna get access to fluids and painting. Oh no. I was like, oh, we could just mine whatever color we want. That explains why there was like the continents of color that exist around. I guess we're gonna be getting paint from them. The fluids, oh no. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Every time I play, I'm like, oh my god, I've got a grasp on it. It's so complex now, but I've figured it out. I'm a genius. And then they hit me with you've unlocked easy mode. And I'm like, what do you mean I've unlocked easy mode? Yeah, we are dropping off a little bit on our speed, which is a little bit disappointing, but look, the build did fine for what we wanted it to do for, and it was a really fun thing to make. I love building with these platforms. Like, just for perspective, this is the space we were limited to before, and this is the space that our build is doing right now. This 3x3 is like all we had before. And honestly, we only had, 8 of them, not 9 of them, because the middle was covered by the off-ramp. But hey, we finished that off. Heck yeah. That is so cool. I love this game. We can get more vortex inputs, which could be potentially useful as well, but I think we're going to just sit in these for the second and maybe look at getting the upgrades for our stacking speed and our cutting speed. The better speeds we have in these, the quicker we finish tasks. On the other hand, I can see some real merit in some of these foundations. It's funny because when I looked at like foundations and stuff, I was like thinking, oh, I'm not going to need these like weird 1x3. No, I was wrong. Now what the heck is this? Logic gates and or not XOR transistors and comparator to perform Boolean logic? Oh no. Me and logic stuff, not always the best of friends, but hopefully we'll figure it out. Simulate the cutting, stacking, unstacking, painting of logical shape signals. What the heck does that mean? Global wire transmitters. Operator shape receiver, allowing you to receive signals for all operator shapes. We're gonna have to do some big learning to win this game, but that's okay. I'm super down with that. What the heck's a shape multiplier? I want that. I mean, I imagine it's every shape I put in gives more. We've still got plenty of stuff to do, and this is still like normal mode. We're gonna play it through and on hard too at some point, but cool. I'm gonna wrap up for the moment though, because I am feeling a little bit sick to my stomach, but this was fun. We will delve into finishing the primary milestones and the 2 more pin tasks that we can do, which seems to be making a Pokeball and a colored jellyfish. But for the moment, we will call it for there. That was fun though. Hopefully you had fun. The music is so good too. I know I keep saying it, but they really killed it. Whoever did the OST for this. Hopefully you had fun. Tomorrow, probably Dark Souls 3. Maybe some more of this. I also want to not... Like, I know several of automation games is kind of a lot to balance for stream stuff, bouncing back and forth, but I don't want to give up on the Factorio playthrough. So we'll probably go back to Lucanus sometime this week as well. Might do the Arknights event stages when those drop as well, but Dark Souls probably tomorrow. We'll see. I'll play it by ear. Either way, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully you have a great day. Bye for now.